Don't ever mess with the waitstaff on purpose, because back in the kitchen, where you can't see what's going on, you never know what kind of extra ingredients they might add to your food. Right after that, the waiter brought the dish out like nothing happened. The customer didn't notice a thing, and even ate it with great satisfaction. That night, struggling family got into another argument over who should do the dishes. That's when the wealthy father finally learned. His daughter had been suffering from a serious eating disorder. She had lost over 20 pounds in a short period of time. The youngest son had even been to jail for getting into trouble, and the oldest son had battled a severe illness. He'd spent several weeks in the hospital. After hearing what his kids had gone through, the father finally realized just how much he had missed over the years by burying himself in work. As time went on, these spoiled rich kids slowly adapted to life as ordinary people. They started getting used to hard work. The oldest son mended his relationship with an old friend, and they ended up renting a warehouse together to start a business. The daughter found joy even in the toughest days working at a restaurant, and made a bunch of new friends along the way. The youngest son completely turned his life around, and devoted himself to helping his father fix up the old house. Seeing how his children had changed so much, the father was overwhelmed with joy. But then an unexpected guest showed up at their door. It was the daughter's unmotivated fiancé. He had discovered the truth behind the father's fake bankruptcy, and used it as leverage to force the daughter into marrying him. Just then, the two sons happened to come home. The fiancé quickly made up a lie, saying he had sold everything he owned to help pay off the family's debt. Now they could all go back to living their old luxurious lives. Everyone turned to their father in disbelief. With no other choice, the father nodded. The whole family hugged each other overjoyed. To lock things down before anything could go wrong, the fiancé dragged his girlfriend straight to the courthouse to get a marriage license. That way, even if the truth came out, he'd still get a cut of the inheritance. When the father heard what was happening, he rushed over with his two sons. He didn't care about the money, but there was no way he was going to let his daughter's future be ruined by a guy like that. Just before the vows were said, the father came clean and revealed the whole fake bankruptcy plan, and successfully stopped the wedding. When the kids demanded an explanation, the father confessed he was terrified his children would never amount to anything, so he felt he had no choice but to resort to this desperate move. After hearing that, the three siblings finally realized how little faith their father had in them. One by one they walked off in anger, and just like that, half a year flew by. None of them had seen their father since, until the daughter's birthday came around. The father returned to the old family home and saw his kids again. Only then did he realize that even without his protection, his children had still managed to thrive. From their conversation he learned they had not only ditched their bad habits, but also built careers of their own. Everything in their lives was finally heading in the right direction. That's when the father understood. His kids weren't hopeless. They had just been misguided by too much pampering, and the lack of his presence in their lives. He felt ashamed. He had planned to teach his kids a life lesson, but in the end they were the ones who taught him. After wishing his daughter a happy birthday, he walked away in disappointment. But as they watched their father's lonely figure fade into the distance, the kids called out to him. After everything they had been through, they finally understood the love behind their father's tough choices.